we know some of the concepts being worked on right now, so we continue as a council to kind of work in collaboration with the state to kind of say, hey, like, let's keep control local, let's keep, the government closest to the people governs best. We know what we've been doing out here as far as planning. We're trying to find a good balance of housing, so we're just working on that to try to make sure we kind of maintain the control of our planning in this area.
Welcome to Herrimanology,
the official podcast to keep up with Herriman City.
We'll take you inside the city, explore the latest news and updates, show you how your government operates, and discuss the issues that affect us all. Now, here are your hosts talking all things Herriman on Herrimanology.
All right, welcome to Herrimanology. The sun is brighter, the air is fresher, food tastes better because it is Thursday, February 1st. We are out of January.
Finally.
I don't know if you feel about January the way I do, but
I'm ready for it to be over. And February is the second longest month of the year, I think.
At least we're not in January anymore.
Right.
So happy February to everybody watching and listening. I'm John LaFollette, Communications Manager for Herriman City, alongside Mayor Lauren Palmer.
Great to be here again.
Let's talk about the legislative session. It's several weeks long. We try to keep you updated on what has been happening recently. What about the last week or so is there to highlight?
Last week or so, not a lot still right now. A lot of it's still in the infancy stages. It's been a lot of other issues outside of the city stuff, but we continue to keep an eye on things. We're constantly discussing with other cities the legislation they're looking at. So we know some of the concepts being worked on right now, so we continue as a council to kind of work in collaboration with the state to kind of say, hey, like, let's keep control local, let's keep, the government closest to the people governs best. We know what we've been doing out here as far as planning. We're trying to find a good balance of housing. So we're just working on that to try to make sure we kind of maintain the control of our planning in this area.
If you have any bills you're curious about as a resident, again, we talked about this last week, but we have representatives here. We have city leaders who are in good touch with our city representatives. Reach out to someone. Express your opinion, your thoughts on whatever the legislation is, and your voice will be heard.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about a couple of events coming up the next couple of Saturdays. First, this coming Saturday, February 3rd, we make sure I get this name right, the Pathways to Employment for Recent Arrivals.
Correct.
Put on by the Governor's Office for Economic Opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this is that's the first event that the state has put on. They received a grant to help with the new arrivals to the state, and as we're probably seeing out here, we have a lot of new arrivals in our community. So this is a chance for them to get in the process. They are documented for the most part, and so this is a chance for them to start through that process of getting and what they call an EAD. So it's an employment authorization document, so they can start working in the community and contribute and become a great part of our community. So we're excited. There's over 120 people already signed up for this event on Saturday. I think registration is closed, but it's exciting to have the first event happen here, to have that support from the state to say, we see what's happening, we want to help.
And then next Saturday, Miss Herriman has an event coming up, the Daddy-Daughter Dance.
Daddy-Daughter Dance. I don't have a daughter. I wish I did. Every year when this comes around, I wish I had a daughter. So everybody offers to let me rent their daughter, but we're not in that. But this is it's a fundraiser for our Miss Herriman. They do a great job every year. The Miss Herriman does it. And Scarlett this year, Miss Herriman and her attendants are running this again this year. And so spread the word, bring your daughters out, dads. This is a great time with Valentine's coming up. Take your wife out on Valentine's, but bring your daughter out to this event next Saturday night.
And then we have some news in our city, and that's related to the no dumb questions for today. The no dumb question is, how does the city decide where to place schools? And the question we got was in reference to the new flex school that Jordan School District is building next to Mountain Ridge High School and Ridgeview Elementary. Maybe we could just explain that whole process, how that works.
Right. Really, the simple answer and kind of the snarky answer is we have no control.
Mm-hmm.
But really, we do try to work with Jordan School District. A school is what they call a permitted use in any zone. It can basically they can go in a commercial area, they can go in a residential area. So historically, they've kind of just, there have been just some, this is where we're going to do it. But now I'm excited because we have started an education committee where our council and our staff meets with the school board and their staff to kind of plan long-term and say, this is where we're seeing the growth. So there's a lot more coordination going on right now, which is what's been needed for a while. kind of on both parts. So I think we've been there's been some friction between the two entities, and I think we're trying to get past that and kind of plan together, because it affects, as everybody in that area knows, it affects traffic, it affects crosswalks, it affects everything. So we're trying to work together to find the best locations for this. And so this school opens in
this coming year.
Yeah, this August. So it will be a split school. The district made the decision to split the elementary campus. So I think K through 3 stays at Ridgeview,
yeah.
and the 4 through 6 is at the new school. And that could flex to, they're calling it a flex school because it could flex to a middle school possibly down the road. That's not determined for sure. They'll keep an eye on numbers and everything. But yeah, it'll open in August, and you can name it. You can help.
Yeah, if you're listening to this either the day it's released here on the 2nd or the 1st, or until Friday, February 3rd, you can you can find a link several places. I know we posted it on our city Facebook and Instagram pages. Jordan School District is putting out a survey. If you could submit your nomination for the name of the school.
Yep. There's been some snarky ones online, so I'm interested to see what it ends up with. I think it'll be exciting.
So that's all for this week's Herrimanology. A little brief, but the work goes on. And as always, if you have any questions, reach out, leave a comment, send us an email. We'll answer a variety of ways. We're always happy to answer your questions on how your city government operates. And thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week.